Thank you. We have had some challenging times, but it has been good. The people have been opened their minds, opened their hearts in order to bring you this day. And the message that we have been working with was to provide a statement to the National Energy Board to give Indigenous knowledge, Indigenous wisdom, and to share our way of life in response to their duty that they have been given by the Crown, by the Government of Canada. And we are at that point in time now to share that statement with you. We have had much ceremony leading up to this time, leading up to this day. And we know that the Creator is looking down upon us. We know that our ancestors are with us here today. And we know that our children will be there in the future to carry forward our way of life, our interpretation. And we have strength. We have evidence. At this time, I want to call on Elder Dave Courchene to begin to share and to read the statement. I want to call on our ladies that have provided the water ceremony. The sharing of the spirit dish, and who have blessed the statement and the scroll. I present to you Mary, Dave, and Florence.
Thank you. Miigwech daras abojo anin dinimagdito Gaani Kinew class Kinew देते Chiboy objectuali nesigi tigushi Investment na ya depending in margin Giizih-Inini Ibiris man binano ya Zhonga-giizhing Bineshiikwe Kabuksen the Mangeri no Maytwayashing Kinew Giizih-Inini Chimoshta Muat Mayagas Giizih-Inini My dear relatives, what you have just witnessed is the most important part of our presentation. Our acknowledgement of spirit and our acknowledgement of the land through ceremony, using our sacred gifts to communicate with Giizih-Inini to the higher power. It is in this connection that assures that we are provided guidance, proper direction, and support. This is our reality. The statement that I'm about to present was inspired in the Sacred Lodge and in ceremony. We hope that you will accept it in the spirit that is being shared with openness and kindness. The tree, the water, and the earth are listening. And with the sound of the drum, they will carry our message all over the world. The title of the document that we are presenting here today as the elders of our nations is titled Tibakonigaywin, Kihche'othasowewin, Tako, Wakan, the great binding law. Nitam, Kihche'othasowewin, Ahana, in the beginning, when time started, a long, long time ago, Giizih-Inini, the Great Spirit, gave us one universal law, a law that connects us all. And through this law we are all given unique languages, songs, ceremonies, ways of life, teachings, and stories. We were all given our ways of loving and taking care of Mother Earth. Giizih-Inini put spirit in Mother Earth and all of life. We come from the spirit world and flow through the earth. We will all return to the spirit world and to the earth when our journey on earth has been completed. Through Mother Earth, Giizih-Inini planted the seeds of life with original instructions on how to be and how to sustain our relationship with Mother Earth. Mother Earth gave birth to the plants, the animals, the birds, and finally to the human being. Giizih-Inini gave us medicines for everything that can affect us. Mother Earth is alive, and she is the original mother of all life. She has a living spirit, and she is sacred. Mother Earth is so beautiful. She is the most beautiful creation. She is the most beautiful woman of all. As the mother of life, Mother Earth gives birth and gives us everything we need to live. The food, the water, the medicines, the clothing, the shelter, and most of all, the love and the kindness and the teachings that only a mother can give to her child. Her teachings are reflected in natural laws. The balance of nature in the rising and the setting of the sun. The patterns of the weather through the winds, the rains, and the elements of life. The natural flow of the blood of the earth through the rivers and the oil beneath her. The cycles of the moon and the breaking of the waters when a child comes. As woman gives life in the most natural of ways. As long as we are breathing this beautiful air, whether we realize it or not, there is an invisible umbilical cord that always connects us to our original mother, our life source, Mother Earth. In Nihito, the word was Kihche'othasowewin, and I know the Crees are going to declare war after this, means everything around you, and describes how we are all connected. In Dakota, the Tako means all my relations. We are related. We are related to the stars in the sky, the birds, the fish, the animals, and the plant life. In Anishinabe, the Gansetuk acknowledges all my relatives in life. With the exception of the human being, all the other living beings of creation have continued to follow their original instructions to live in balance and harmony with the natural laws. It is only the human being that has severed its natural connection to Mother Earth and lost its connection to her natural laws. We cannot continue to disrupt the natural laws of life. If even one of us disrespects the great binding law, it affects us all, and it will come back to us. Nature's laws are self-enforcing. What we put into our circle always returns to our web of life. Mother Earth will have the final say because she is the mother to us all. Nature is always giving us signs to bring us messages. Right now, the human beings are behaving out of balance, and Mother Earth is reflecting that imbalance through climate change. We are the Earth. We are the voice of the Earth. In our original instructions as human beings, Giizih-Inini gave us the responsibility to respect, to take care of, and most importantly, to make a journey to Mother Earth, to connect to the land and learn how to live. We are the free and independent original peoples of this land. As the roots of this land, we are the true leaders of our ancestral lands, Manitoba, where Giizih-Inini, the Great Spirit, sits. We come from the Dakota, the Nihito, and the Anishinabe nations, who have lived on our ancestral lands since Giizih-Inini placed us here with our languages, songs, ceremonies, teachings, and ways of life. We have always been here. As unique Dakota, Nihoto, and Anishinabe peoples, we speak with one voice. We have respect for each other. As the original people, we welcome you. We come forward to share with you. We come to share the love with you. We bring our shared understanding, and that is this. We are all brothers and sisters. And we all have a sacred responsibility to take care of and to make an alliance with Mother Earth. We are a peaceful people. We are not asking for anything for ourselves. The human being was the last part of creation to be created. It is our spiritual responsibility to take care of that life. Giizih-Inini had a vision of a world filled with peace and love. It is through the land that we can find that peace and love. All of humanity needs to make a journey to the land, to the sacred sites, places of healing, teaching, and connection to find peace. we make an invitation to the whole human family and all the children to come to our lodges so we can teach them to love the land, connect to the land, and to take care of the land. Our journey begins with gratitude to the earth and to the spirit. Giizih-Inini gave all of us gifts to share with each other, to take care of the earth and all of life. In our lodges, the children will hear the teachings and feel the ceremonies and feel the love of Mother Earth. Our ancestors prophesied of this time, a time of climate change, a time of crossroads, a time of self-examination, a time of choice. Our choice is not a choice of words. It is a choice of action. We need to stand strong, now in alliance with Mother Earth. We are all in this together. Today we call on all nations of the world to join us in the spirit of our original instructions to take care of Mother Earth together and to find true peace. It will require a peaceful journey back to the earth to find our direction for our survival. As one of the great Lakota leaders of the past, Crazy Horse, said, upon suffering beyond suffering, the Red Nation shall rise again. It will be a blessing for a sick world, a world filled with broken promises, selfishness and separations, a world longing for light again. I see a time, long after the skies have grown dark and dirty, and the water has become bad smelling. I see a time of the seventh generation, when all colors of mankind will gather under the sacred tree of life, and one whole earth will become circle again. May I add that as the original people of this land, we want to participate in this action of homecoming, coming home to our mother, the earth. We want to participate as equal partners, contributing in the discussions, helping to share well-defined actions from our perspectives that we know can help ensure our survival. We have a story to tell, a story that tells what sustained our ancestors and how they kept the land so beautiful and so pristine. Our participation as the original people is grounded in our ceremonies and our protocols of offering gratitude to the earth. We always begin by acknowledging the spirit and the land. Climate change is the most critical challenge that we face today. Climate change is a serious sign that Mother Earth is giving us, encouraging all of us to change. Climate change is a clear indication we have lost our way. We have to find our way back to the beginning, to the land that gave birth to us, that gives life. It will require a positive change of heart, a change of attitude that leads to well-defined actions that we must all take. The willingness to change must be filled with the spirit to do the right things necessary in supporting the natural laws. We must begin our approach with the spirit. The spirit defines our moral and ethical responsibility as human beings to take care of Maytwayashing, the kind-hearted Mother Earth, together. We can never get away from the presence of spirit. Nature is spirit itself. It is nature herself that grounds us with the positive thought, the dreams, and the visions, always creating a movement forward towards real peace. Our children demand we find the courage to do the right things. It is our hope that our voice, which is the voice of the land, be given more opportunities to be heard. There is a power that has been ignored, and that is the great power of the earth itself. The earth has a great power of beauty, love, and kindness. One day humanity will come to understand, and will see we have to change if we are going to survive. I see a day in the future when we will treat all the elements of life with the respect found in nature. I see the forests growing again. I see Mother Earth healed by our love. I see the animals once again in abundance, with the buffalo in the lead. I see the eagles lead those that fly, rejoicing in the sky, in the air that has become clean and fresh, because we have fulfilled the vision of peace. We have a vision in our homeland that peace will ultimately be reached. And it begins when we can stand together in alliance with nature and supporting our natural laws. This is our vision. Thank you very much. Miigwech.
It took, like my friend Dave said, it took many stories, our different stories that we have. We shared to come to a decision to what the document says, through our stories. And many times our stories are called myths, but we don't believe them. Our stories come from way back, from our elders, from a long, long time ago, before European contact. We were all given a gift. The Red Nation was given the gift of keepers of the earth. The White Nation was given the gift of motivation. The Yellow Nation was given the gift of knowledge. And the Black Nation was given the gift of forgiveness and water. And like my friend Dave said, we were all given gifts. Every nation was given a gift. And through these gifts, the Creator, the Great Mystery, gave us these stories. Some sacrifices have to be made. You have to go sit on a hill and go sundance in order to pray to the Creator. Sometimes that message doesn't come, sometimes it does. But I believe our ancestors from long ago had a real true connection, because we didn't have all these interferences we have today. In the appendix, there's two stories that I shared. One of them is to make us realize, I know most First Nation people know this teaching. It says, you are like Mother Earth. Look after yourself as you will Mother Earth. And there's a reason for that. They tell us to look after ourselves because our hair represents the tree nation. The fine hairs on our body represent all the medicines and whatnot. Our flesh represents Mother Earth. Our bones represent all the stone nation. And our little veins represent all the creeks, Mother Earth. Our big veins represent all the rivers of Mother Earth. Our heart represents all the lakes. Our liver represents all the oceans. And our four limbs represent Brother Winds. Our torso, our body, represents Mother Earth itself. And our head represents heaven. Think about it. Is that not true? Why would our ancestors tell us these stories if it was not true? Like everything else, things come from the heavens. That's where life first begins. That's why the song that I sang earlier said there's a house in the heaven where I was born. That's where all the knowledge comes from. But as human beings, we forget that. So we have to take better care of ourselves. We have to take better care of Mother Earth in that way. The second story in the appendix is called The Greedy Son or The Selfish Son. One day, the son was sick, and he went to his mother's, who was very caring and loving, and said, "Mother, my kidneys are failing. Can you give me your kidneys?" So the loving mother she was, gave her son her kidneys. And he kept asking for different parts of her body. And being the loving mother she was, she gave everything she had. The last thing she had left inside of her was her heart. And the selfish, greedy son said, "Mother, my heart is failing. Can I have your heart?" Being the loving mother she was, she gave her heart for her son. Having nothing left inside of her, her body collapsed. That was the end of that loving mother. Now you figure out the moral of that story. Is that not what we're doing to our Mother Earth? We're taking the oil, the gas, all these things that we're taking out of Mother Earth. Is that not what we're doing to our own mother? Being greedy, taking everything? So you see, why would our ancestors tell us these stories way before these things happened here on Earth? Why did we have these stories? Why did they teach us these stories? I guess they taught us these stories because of what's happening to Mother Earth today. With that, I thank you.
I want to share with you that one of my roles is to share and speak on behalf of the group. One of the other responsibilities that we have is that the document that we worked on, we got guidance from ceremony. And as we entertain the discussion and to put our thoughts onto paper, to translate from the indigenous languages that we used into English, was not an easy task. There are some words in our languages that we use that have no English translation. And it was for that reason that the frustration. But we always had humor. We have some comedians in our group. And we had a good time in spite of that frustration. But the document, the final document that we agreed upon, the one that was read and presented to you, we have another responsibility to that document. We will release that document to the public. But we will also release that document to the Spirit. And we have the ladies who perform the water ceremony. They will take this document to the little river over here. And that river will take that message on our behalf. And the water that you see flows, the water spirits flow into the big lake and out into the north, eventually into the Hudson Bay, eventually into the other oceans. And that is why we say that this document is going worldwide. We are also hoping that this message, this statement, will eventually be part of the world understanding, particularly at the UN level, as we begin our discussions, as we bring forward our participation to the discussion of climate change. And that is what will take place. I wanted to share that with you as a part of this teaching, as a part of this exercise.
Wait.